Hi everybody, on this Sunday evening, we've got a special guest tonight, and it's Aneel Khan. Welcome.
Hi, James and Steve. Thanks for having me here tonight.
Hi, mate.
Pleasure.
Are you both doing all right?
Hey, we asked the questions, mate, not you. Flipping heck. Taking over already, this lad.
Oh,
I think I've done so many Zoom calls with already. I know what I'm doing.
yeah.
Are you one of them people when you go off a Zoom, Aneel, do you wave?
Sometimes, not all the time, but yeah, sometimes.
People are saying, like, when they have normal face-to-face meetings in an office, they never wave when they're leaving, like, bye, everybody. But when they're on a Zoom, everyone's like, bye.
No, I just like, because sometimes, it's so many people on Zoom calls, because usually with work, there's so many people on there. So we just say bye or see you later, guys. That's it. So never bye or wave now. No.
So Aneel, tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from, and how you came into contact with Single Parents United.
Okay, well, my name is Aneel, and I'm originally from Pakistan. I moved there in 2005. Just want to tell a little bit background as well. I thought start from there. So yeah, so like I said, came back in 2005, and then I came here to do mechanical engineering from Sheffield Hallam University to study, and then worked hard. I had like few jobs at a time, 3 to 4 jobs, and basically try to work, balance between work and university as you do, and then I've got 4 kids, and yeah, I've got 2 girls and 2 boys. A girl is 11-year-old, one 4-year-old, and then one boy who's 10 and one who's 8. And
Wow.
so, yeah.
Did you not have a TV when you moved over here, mate? Is that...
Well, no, I didn't. No. I think at the moment, I'm 35, by the way. So I think the plan was to have kids before I reach 30, before I reach my 30, and then after that, just go travel, things like that. So we just planned, that kind of thing, and that's it, really. I always wanted 2 boys, 2 girls anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they were all kind of planned.
Can you imagine, James, having 4 Aneels in a ring?
No. Just that silence when he said he wanted 4 kids, me and you were like, what? Didn't know what to say.
Hey, the more the merrier, mate.
And on top of that, you've got a pet as well, haven't you?
Well, I did have the pet for a while, but she's gone now, back to kids, because it was kids' dog. I was only like having a bit of dog sitting for a while, but he's gone back now, so I'm relieved.
You're relieved.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, I don't mind animals, but I'm not like a fan of pets, because they're just like they smell, they make poop and stuff everywhere, and there's hairs everywhere on your clothes, sofa, you name it, so that kind of thing, and so I just not so much fan.
And we know from seeing you on these Zooms that you don't have many clothes, do you? You just you're always in a red hoodie, so it's important to keep the few clothes that you have very clean.
Yeah, definitely. So no, I'm happy at the moment. So yeah, and then I think while I was at university and stuff, everything was smooth, going normal, and then I've been married, including the separation period, for 12 years now. Got separated a year ago now, back in 2019, and it's one of those days, really. You don't expect something like that to happen. When life is going fine, you work hard to build up your family and everything, and then all of a sudden, just like that, it goes, and like people change, like any other relationships, love drift apart, and two people start to, get distant and things like that. And similar situation happened, nothing much. And then, I lived in Sheffield for a quite long time, since 2005. And then 2019, December, I moved to Grimsby, which is, Grimsby is not bad, but I won't recommend anybody,
Of all the places in the UK, why did you choose Grimsby?
Well, the reason behind that is my kid's mother. She moved to Grimsby to her parents' house. That's where she's originally from. So she's moved here to her parents' house back in August 2019, and while I was still working. And then I moved here sortish like December 2019, to try and fix some like issues, etc. But it didn't work out. Fair enough. So you just move on and basically be there for your kids and just do what best for you in life, I suppose. And so that's where I am currently.
Yeah, it makes sense why you moved then.
How,
Not much else to move to Grimsby for, is there, mate? I don't think.
No. To be honest, there is nothing other intentions or likes for me to move. I haven't got many friends due to the fact because we had kids very early, and most of my life it was just like work, come home, work, come home. I mean, odd work dues and stuff, or like odd, like seeing friends. But I wasn't fan of going to pub every night or doing like social meetups every weekend. Nothing was like that. So so I mean, I lost a lot of friends because, as you like you everybody eventually get married. They have their own family, they have their own commitments, and they move out to different places. I worked really hard, to in my whole life, from September 2005 to, build up family, left my mom and my brother and all my other like family and everybody in Pakistan. I do have a sister who lives in England, but other than that, all most of my cousins, everybody, they live in Pakistan. So when I moved there, and when I settled down with my life and got married and stuff, so I just thought, that's it. That's my kind of next family. So
Where does your sister live, Aneel?
she lives in Sheffield.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so sometimes that's why I sometimes go to Sheffield and meet with her or take kids there to see their auntie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we have that. But yeah, like I said, I mean, after all of that, like you would expect, something like that would happen. And so I was fine. Everything was fine. Nothing big drama. Just usual, like, couple have arguments, don't they? And I'm guessing every couple have argument in their life. So, I mean, I got homeless. I got jobless as well. And I was basically, and I lost the worst thing was to accept the fact, the family unit is finished. And, like, so the thing is when I was like probably 6 years old, my mom got divorced, and my biological father never got in touch with us afterwards. So I never, saw in anything, in my life, or I get odd flashes of him, but I don't remember much of him. So I didn't, since it's my, I mean, I've never been in a relationship before, so it's my first, like a proper breakdown, like a first, end of relation. So I really honestly didn't know what I'm meant to be doing. How do I deal with situation? How do I cope? What I need to do, everything. And so it was very tough, to try and accept and face the reality And I mean, I must say, I mean, things got bitter at the beginning, like most split up happens, because of you're angry. You're so angry, you are so like, trying to bargain all the time with her, to take you back. You're trying to beg, those kind of thing. You try to cry and all that. So, I mean, I went through all of those stages as well. So where I was angry, hurt, and yeah, I said a few things to her, um, but it was only because when you love somebody unconditionally, you try to win them back, if that makes sense. I didn't envisage any of that. It's just I generally thought, this is my family and this is my family unit, and I didn't see that coming. It was all came out of blue. So yeah,
You know we're limited to about half an hour on this Zoom, don't you, mate? Just
hey, I was gonna say, you need to tell me when to stop, because I do talk. I won't stop if you don't ask, if you don't raise your finger or don't ask any question.
Stop.
On top of all that, though, Aneel, you'll not be the only single parent, but a big barrier you've had is COVID as well. On top of it.
Yeah. Well, that's I was coming to next. That until I got sudden interrupt by James, and just lost me there now, because I was right in that state of mind, going and telling my story. That to recapture again. So yeah, so summarize basically: homeless, jobless, lost the family, and then lost everything I worked hard for, and then COVID came. The first one, when the first COVID came, I think it was something like 3 to 4 months. And I didn't see my kids at all, during that time. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, definitely, because I was working. I started new career with NHS in Grimsby. So because of that, I was told, I'm very close contact with, like COVID related patients and stuff. So I wasn't seeing kids and stuff much. So I didn't see kids for almost, 3 to 4 months. And that kind of, made you even feel like worse. I mean, I just felt like I'm not dad anymore, and sometimes I just felt like, there's no point living, to be honest, like that. I'm, in that, worse situation. I mean, then I got, back in November as well, I got speeding ticket as well. So everything happened in like a short period of time.
Yeah.
So I was in a really rough place. Sleeping in the car was really tough as well. But to be honest, by doing that, it brought me to like a bottom. When you hit like a rock bottom, and then you slowly move up. So I did used to in the morning go to libraries, apply for job centers, then find McDonald's to brush my teeth and things like that, or
So
just get a bread.
For a while, you were just living in your car.
Yeah.
I know that, mate. Didn't know that.
I mean, I had few YouTube videos about it where I did some video logs. Day 1 in the car, day 2 in the car, but I just day 3 in the car.
I'm not laughing at you, mate. It's just the day 1 in the car.
Yeah, I did. And then
you'll have to watch him. It's like just so people know, we're not laughing at Aneel. He's just we've met him, we've known him for a few months now. And he's one of them people who things that you say, it's just funny. It's the way that you say them. We're not laughing at your situation. It's the way you sell them, mate. Just can imagine you sat there, day 1 in the car, day 2 in the car. I can just imagine you doing it.
It wasn't like I was really upset. Honestly, I was. I was having, my night logs after search. Well, I used to do like morning log. I just woke up, guys, it's freezing out and things like that, and then I'm going to library, apply for jobs, and then I come in the night and I'll do again. Whole day been really stressful, struggling, and but I missed my family a lot. I wish I was there, things like that. But some were good, some were a bit like crying and depressing. But it kept me going though, because I used to look back at them And then, when I look back at them now, I just see like, where I was back, like back in December. I didn't have any house, didn't have any job or anything, and I was in a really, bad place, honestly.
Did you?
And then all of a sudden it's picked up, and now I've got a house, I've got a decent job, and I'm starting my master's degree as well. Well, it started now from today. So it's all going, positive. I've met a few good friends, and I came across, Single Friends United as well. I think probably 3 months ago, give and take. And then, and honestly, I can't fault that. I think these sort of groups are really positive, and they can really change somebody's life. Because I think the initial shock when somebody breaks down from a really long relation, they in a really bad state, depression, anxiety, all those things come through. And all they want is somebody to listen to them. They just want somebody to talk to them, And we live in a world at the moment where nobody has time. Everybody's busy, and they feel like you're boring them, from telling your sad stories, So, yeah, I mean, all I wanted was just to talk to somebody, back in probably February time, January, February, that when I was in the beginning, I just wanted to talk to somebody. I used to knock on neighbor's door, just to talk to me, nobody wanted to talk, and it was so depressing. I really realized during the separation stage, like, what is family?
Knocking on people's door, mate. It's you're such a sweet guy, and like you always come across as so happy and everything. I can just seeing your little face knocking on some old dear's door to have a chat is like.
they probably thought, what's going on here? Who's this? He's trying to sell us something.
What are you trying to sell? Yeah, definitely.
I'll never forget when I went to visit him, James, in Grimsby, to deliver the hat and shirt, and he was stood in the middle of the road, where he flagging me down, and nearly drove into you.
No, I didn't.
What was it you made me that night for tea? It was really good. I'm trying to remember now.
Peanut pasta.
Oh yeah, that was really good. And I had your dog constantly jumping up and down at my heels. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. yeah. So yeah, mate.
1 minute, sorry. You had a book, didn't you? You were writing some pretty good stuff about how to manage. Do you remember? You showed me the book of how you manage your emotions and that.
Well, I mean, I think I did made I think one thing I would say to anybody who goes through the, separation stage, that, you need to make some sort of like a, they call it like a vision board, like a goal plan. Yeah. So you need to set yourself goal rather than, trying to, work on winning your ex back or pressuring them, because the more you pressure, it never works. I've learned that myself. You can't win love with pressure. So all you have to do is just focus on yourself and just accept. The sooner you accept it, it gets a lot easier in life. So make a goal board where you have your few goals which you want to work on for the next year or so, or months, and then keep yourself distracted and motivated, even just by reading things, looking at articles and things like that. And I think, I started, looking at a lot of articles and just reading. And I thought first, to be honest, like I should write something about what I've, the journey of my journey, just to inspire somebody, or just to like some sort of like a guide to anybody who never been split up in their relation, or is it like a first split up, what sort of things they should expect, like it's always going to be like a roller coaster journey, so how they should deal with that. And I think these, like I was saying earlier, these kind of groups are really helpful. And I wish, like I met you guys back in, 2019, when I was going through a lot of bad stuff, that it would have been made, a lot of good impact on my life. as well, and the process would have been a lot better. And like I said, I'm really glad, to Steve as well as James and all the other teams we have and all the members, because I've made some really good friends through that. And we do have, our regular Zoom calls, and as well as, posts, and all the posts comes on the groups, which are very, like good for your mental health, that kind of thing. So yeah, so I think Steve and yourself, James, you guys doing a brilliant job, with promoting and going in the whole, like famous on the news and all that, Yeah. So it's all good. And then yeah, so yeah, man. So, I mean, I can't thank
the book idea. It's really good. I think I did a little bit of like cognitive behavior therapy. Nate Sal used to do similar things, writing stuff down. So
yeah,
I think it's really great looking at yourself and what you've achieved, mate, in the last couple of years, from living in a car to like doing a master's degree. I mean, like me and Steve. Well, can you imagine us doing a master's degree, mate? Just
being in a car almost either. I don't think we'd do it.
I can't imagine having to do that. I mean, we're really lucky. We've got family that we can turn to, but someone like yourself, who, like you said, you've not got many friends, you've left all your family to be at the point where you're at now. You've got a house, or you're sharing. You see your kids. You're doing a master's degree. You should be really, really proud of yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
On your goal board, then you said obviously you want to do a degree, get your own place. Is there anything else that's on that board?
Just spend time with kids. Go on more holidays with them, kind of thing. Travel, do a bit of like a dare stuff. Like bungee jumping, skydiving. That kind of thing, or swim with sharks. And
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Learn how to ride bike, get a bike license thing.
Yeah.
He'll teach you to ride a bike.
I've got a bike, mate. I'm going to try and get out on it this week. But
yeah, that kind of thing.
I need to take the stabilizers off first, though.
Yeah, so just usual stuff, man. Nothing fancy. I like to learn Spanish or French at some point, but I think
before you moved to England, what was your English like?
My English was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for universities you need to have like a certain level. So there's a thing called IELTS, which is like International English Language Testing System. So that the highest score is band 9, which is like doctors. So if a doctor comes from Pakistan, they need to have like up till 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And then it goes to like 7, and like 6.5 is the what do you need for academics? If you're coming for academics, you need to have 6.5.
You got all that, James.
That's an achievement in itself, isn't it? Can you imagine if we tried to learn Aneel's language?
Just thinking that's why we're laughing.
We'd have no chance of getting into Pakistan, would we? Absolutely no chance.
Well, Aneel, you've brought a lot of spirit to the group. You've really helped a lot of members. You're a well-liked member. Everybody speaks very highly of you, and that a lot to do with the way you listen to them. You make them laugh. Me and James think you're awesome. That's why we've got you on here. We didn't think you'd chat about some of the stuff that you have chatted about, but because we're used to the Aneel going to Ibiza and Aneel doing this, and it's been a whirlwind introduction. So
we planning anyway. We'll once the lockdown open and stuff, restriction come down, we'll definitely make a trip to Ibiza. Anyway, I never been to Ibiza before, so I think I'm definitely.
That's a test to get to Ibiza.
Just gonna say.
Oh god, that'll be hilarious.
It's the dancing test. You've got to make sure you can do mine and Steve's dance moves.
Really? What was this dance move about? I never seen this dance move.
Different levels, isn't there, James?
Yeah, there's like the 6.5 level, 7 level.
I think, to be honest, I think if we guys go to Ibiza, it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be amazing night. Believe me.
Going to Grimsby, out in Grimsby, it'd be fun with you. Anywhere would be fun with you.
Oh, nice one, mate.
Yeah.
And I mean, I appreciate that, mate. I take that compliment. But yeah, like I said, it's just fish here, mate. Nothing else.
Oh, fish. That's what they chant at the football at Grimsby. They go, duh, 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 fish. That's one of the chants at the football.
You know, I mean, you know, I do have some friends in on the group from Grimsby, so I'm not gonna say anything bad. It is a lovely place. Don't get me wrong. You know, in every place you go, there are, you know, good pros and cons everywhere. Anyway, there's some good areas, you know, but there are some rough side as well.
Yeah.
But lovely countrysides, you know, some certain places are nice. So yeah.
The best thing, I think, the best thing about Grimsby, James, is Aneel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, man. Thanks.
Hasn't he? Put it on the map.
Yeah.
Yay. No, honestly, I mean, but to be honest, at the moment, I'm trying to, you know, look for few jobs and that, you know, because of I thought I need to try and relocate somewhere else, you know, not too far from kids, but you know, like the whole reason was to move in Grimsby was just to sort a few things out, but that's sorted now. So I'm gonna see if I can go a little bit far, but not too far, because I'll still, once I get the house properly sorted, then I have kids a bit more and things like that. So then I have a bit more time with them rather than, you know, just like few weekends and things like that. And then
Before we wrap up, just talking about your journey, but try and summarize it. Yeah. In what sort of tools would you say can help our single parents? What have you learned that's helped you get through what has been a really difficult period of your life?
I think that the worst or the difficult period in life was not having any support network. I think that was the tough one, because there wasn't anybody who was in similar situation. I can talk about them. So it was difficult. But joining the group, because everybody in that group in the same scenario, same situation. So it's a lot easier because there's like some sort of connection straight away. Some common things are there, and it made it a lot easier. So I would say to anybody, like when you do go to the initial stage or the first phase, rather than you know, like getting like all bitter and arguing about with your exes, get yourself that sorted, focus on your future and your how to make yourself better, how to get you a better version of yourself, focus on your kids, and try to get some friends and, you know, like improve yourself. Because I think what happened is lots of guys, they forget to eat, they forget to look nice, they forget about wearing nice clothes, whereas the other way around, you know, and they start, you know, like everything else goes good for them. But the guys on the other side, they forget everything. They stop eating, they stop dressing up nicely, like big beard growing up, the hairs, they look really rough. So you don't want to be in that position. You still want to look nice, you know, be kind to yourself, love yourself, because remember, you know, nobody else gonna come and sort you out. You gotta do it yourself.
Yeah.
Either you like it or not. I mean, so yeah, so I would say just look after yourself and just take it slowly, you know, baby step, but at the same time, get some friends, because you need that support to, you know, talk to them. Else you're gonna have lonely, you will feel so lonely, honestly. And that's what I found until I joined the group. You know, a lot of time when I am lonely, I'm talking to all these friends I made, and which makes, you know, a lot of good vibes. You know, it gives me like really positivity, makes me feel happy and things like that. I can, how easily I can discuss anything with my, you know, with my close group friends, and you know, and be regular in touch with each other as well. And same time we share problems, and they share with me, I share with them, we advise each other, and it's been amazing, honestly.
Cool.
Oh, it's good. That it's really good. Good words, mate. And You mentioned, I'm just going to tell you a bit of a funny story. You mentioned tools that Aneel has used. We had a bit of a nightmare with tools over the weekend, me and my dad. So I always have some up here, Aneel. It's like my little thing. I always have something on the banister. So
all right.
One of my mum and dad's friends offered me some new bunk beds for the kids. So I've already got some bunk beds, but these ones looked a bit nicer. They got a drawer underneath. I thought, yeah, we'll have them. So me and my dad took the old bunk beds down, which was a nightmare. We had to hacksaw the metal bits off because we couldn't unscrew it.
Right.
It didn't start off well. Anyway, we got rid of them. We started putting the new ones up, these wooden ones. We got the frame up, and we're thinking, oh, it looks all right. It's going to be quite easy, this. At that point, my dad went to step over a bit of the bed, tripped and fell against them and broke them. Broke the wooden frame. So we'd spent all day taking the metal ones down, which we had to break, put half the wooden ones up, and then they were broke. So we went from having no beds. I had no beds for the kids to sleep in. So they had to sleep at my mum and dad's last night because I don't have any beds. But the good thing is, my dad felt that guilty that he ordered some brand new ones. So we got the flat pack delivered today, and they're like massive, loads of instructions. So that's the job for tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be stress free and there'll be no breakages. Because if there are, then my kids won't be able to come at the weekend because they've no beds to sleep in.
Well, they'll have to sleep in your bed.
I know they could do, yeah. And I'll
just tell you have to sleep on sofa somewhere, Dad.
He'll sleep in a car like you did, mate.
Oh yeah, you sleep in the car, Dad. And just come in the morning to make us breakfast or whatever.
Really good to catch you, mate. And you make people laugh. You're always, I know you've been through a lot, but you're always like happy and smiley most of the time, and do brighten people's days with your little funny sayings that you come out with.
To be honest, I mean, I think personally, if I can change one person's life, then if I can make them happy, I guess that's worth something, if I can change somebody. And I think recently I've met a really great friend, one of mine, and it's been really nice. And when they say, your presence has impact in a good way, and they don't know what would they do without you, and you helped and you guide them in really good way. So it's always nice, to feel like like you still special, or like you need it, because when this all hellfire breaks down, the last thing you think is you don't want it anymore. You like the worst guy in the world, I mean, nobody care about you, nobody cares about you anymore, and it just give your confidence level, everything goes down really bad. I mean, you just want to hide in a corner in your bedroom and don't want to say anything or don't want to talk to stuff. So but like I said, I mean, I've done random stuff. I even bought coffees to homeless people. I came very close to inviting, when I had my own house, inviting them to stay for a bit, while but then I thought, I don't know them. What happened? I wake up next morning and the whole house is empty, So I just thought, no. Yeah. But I have paid money. I bought them breakfast. I bought them coffee and all that kind of stuff. I've given them lift as well in the car, just to say, where are you going? I can drop you and stuff. I try to do stuff because I guess things like they make me happy. So I just do stuff what makes me happy. Other than that, I don't bother so much, but I don't care what other person is thinking, if that makes sense. Because as far as I'm happy, that's my main thing.
Yeah.
Just to be happy and try to do what I like to do, even if it comes out weird, giving somebody flowers and they think, oh, he likes me. No, I just try to be friendly and kind, And
you are a friendly person, and I think we might need to do an episode 2 with you, mate.
Oh God. Some people, my friend was telling me I should write a book. I'm like Bollywood Jim Carrey. Is it Jim Carrey? Yeah. Yeah, there's like a Bollywood version of Jim Carrey on that. Really? But yeah, but definitely,
Yeah.
But it's been really nice, to be honest.
Mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks to that. It's only a cup of tea anyway in there.
Cheers, mate. Take care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget, we're on Instagram at single.parents.united. We're here on YouTube. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want. And we're also on Facebook, Single Parents United. And Aneel did mention there's also another group, Single Friends United. So check us out, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Aneel.
Bye, guys.